10 games, 90% win rate, or 85% win rate, something along those lines. But it's mostly been LGD who's been playing it, who has been dominating the group stages. Incredibly good hero, though, with the amount of catch that you can do. With the X, it's just such chasing potential, gives you great team fight.
Another great way to react to the bat as well. You know, he blinks in, suddenly he's not going to be able to drag that target away. You can rip him straight back towards you after forcing out.
Yep.
So very nice in that respect. And yeah, just the range of the Torrent as well. Being able to catch that Elder Titan like mid-stomp. You know, if he's in vision, it's going to be very hard for the Elder Titan to get that sleep out.
Yeah, and if you can, like, if you see the Bat Rider lasso coming in and you're in a good position, you can just throw the ROM.
Yeah.
And you can just save your teammate from that as well. That damage reduction can be very useful versus this.
Let's see what Secret's answer are and what they want to do with this Elder Titan. It's going to be the Invoker.
Invoker already, without
Definitely.
seeing the opposing mid laner.
I think you can definitely afford to do that though, this hero, especially being, you know, mid one on it. It's incredibly strong.
He's got set up from the Bat Rider as well.
You've got that disruption to sort of break up any sort of dual attempt from Legion. You can turn it around with the Sunstrike. TNC though, they're quick with a pick and response.
That's it's going
to be the PL.
I was expecting TA or PL there from TNC. So just the way that they play.
So you're taking that to the mid lane to get that favorable matchup.
Definitely.
Yeah. Okay.
I mean, well, actually, not definitely, but likely.
It could be likely.
More than likely.
I mean, that Silencer now as well, is that looking more to be the support duo with the Conqueror?
Yeah.
You don't think it's going to be a core Silencer?
No, not this time around.
5 seconds remaining.
I think they usually almost exclusively run it as support on TNC.
They're not one to do it safe lane or...
Secret? At least in the past, when I've seen it.
The Lone Druid pickup, so that will be MP on the safe lane Lone Druid.
So they're going to have like him kind of be left, they want to have a hero that can be left alone a bit.
And I guess one that could do fairly well in a 1v1 matchup, say if they find it against the...
Yep.
Yeah.
Gives them like sieging now. They have very good objective taking on the side of Secret. Once like the bear gets online, they have the alacrity plus the bear for sieging can be super threatening. Their team fight though it's okay. It's just like they do take some time to get online for Secret still so far. They don't really have like that big kind of ultimate that brings them together like a boat, like a Silencer Global. It's just the Bat Rider lasso. The other heroes, it's just like they need time to get online. Lone Druid takes quite a while. Either goes for the Radiance build or the range build that I think we saw KheZu use yesterday. And Invoker, of course, you need Minus, you need Aghanims to be that big thing. So looking a little bit, I would say a little greedy for Secret at the moment.
I mean, I guess this final pick we're expecting to be YapzOr's hero. You imagine Puppey will be the one to play the Elder Titan, won't he? So they're
more
by
than
the looks
likely
of it, saving YapzOr here for this final selection, and maybe this is going to be that playmaker that you say they sort of require, that sort of team fight presence. You know, YapzOr definitely has a few heroes up his sleeves where he can pull that out with.
We did mention the Zeus. It doesn't look great with their lineup overall, but it's great for PL and Silencer.
Okay, it's going to be YapzOr on the Elder Titan.
Is that the first? Is that the first CM of the tournament?
It could be unless we missed one today. Because
Yeah.
definitely yesterday there was no CM picks. So you're right. It could certainly be the first one. And if no one else has picked it so far on day 2. But yeah, the CM, Puppey CM coming through. YapzOr will indeed play the Elder Titan.
According to Dota Buff, according to what I just checked, there has been no Crystal Maidens picked still. So I think that might be the first CM of the tournament, which is absolutely ridiculous because this was like the most picked hero at Kiev Major and afterwards for quite a while.
I mean, no surprise really that the team to pick it is Secret. Definitely something that Puppey's always loved.
Look how tiny Crystal Maiden looks.
I mean, she is only tiny.
Is she really that small?
Yeah, she's only she's only 6 years old.
She looks really tiny in comparison to, like, look at this Elder Titan and Invoker. They're massive in comparison. Look at Kunkka in comparison to CM. Kunkka's 3 times the size of her. So now they at least have, like, the duo kind of combo. And that hero brings them together a lot. But
the TNC
special. So now, like we said, we didn't know for sure if the PL was mid. Now it's going to be the Tinker mid, PL safe lane. And Tinker versus Invoker is a very hard matchup versus Invoker.
And the obnoxiousness at the Kunkka-Tinker combo.
Yes.
It could be nasty. We'll see how Secret can do this game.
I like TNCs.
I do like TNCs as well.
Because their first 4 are more aggressive. They can make more plays and just kind of like run at them. The Tinker is like the security blanket with the PL. They're like, all right, we can take it to the late game. We win. We're good in the lanes and we're good in the aggression. So I do like that. We'll see if Secret's able to pull it away with the mid one Invoker.
TNC versus Secret, ladies and gentlemen. Game 1 of this 2-game series. Drafts are in.
10 seconds remaining.
See how it plays out. Just waiting for YapzOr to pick up his Elder Titan. Come on,
5 seconds remaining.
grab it, my boy. see with some very comfort picks. Same can be said for Secret. You've got KheZu Bat, of course.
I'm wondering if
CM, he lives on that hero.
I'm wondering if they're gonna do the old approach that they used to do on Secret, where they start like the aggro tri-lane with CM. Well, with CM +1/+2, like plus KheZu and YapzOr heroes, they leave MP alone, which Secret loves to do, and they have Puppey kind of just jungle at the start afterwards, just to make sure that he gets his levels, and then they make their way and just make sure that KheZu has a good start, because they don't want him to suffer, because that's the way Secret plays. They play a lot around KheZu having his farm, having his items. So I wouldn't be surprised to see them try that kind of aggro.
Gentlemen, getting ourselves in. Let's see what the lanes are, see what they do. Start. Pretty intimidating 40. 37. Solid juggernaut mark, no one.
Pretty sick looking one. I have to say,
Prepare for battle.
I always loved watching Cuckoo and Raven. These two guys, always on TNC, have been outstanding performers. They always end up having like 25 kills, 24 kills, like 1 death or something. So I always keep eyes on them. But not only just them, don't want to sleep on the supports. Tims. This guy is always a beast whenever he plays like his Earth Spirit or whatever roaming hero he does. So eyes on him and YapzOr to be making the plays around the map for their teams.
Tims, bit of a wallop there from YapzOr. And I mean, which lane do you feel is going to suffer the most? Who's going to have the hardest time in this opening? The lanes looking to be pretty much as expected, with the safe lane tri lanes coming out.
Depends on how they start. I think they are going to start the tri-lane aggressive. That's what I would imagine.
Oh, you think they will?
It's a very secret thing to do.
Ah, yeah, they're switching it up now.
Yeah. This is like that's their bread and butter usually. So we'll see if they do want to do that one. I would say probably mid one if they don't actually help him, because Tinker versus Invoker is a pretty hard match for the Invoker. Mid one is one of the more comfortable ones on it though, so we'll see how he's able to do. Massive amount of pings coming out. Secret seems to want to try to deward lane ward that TNC places, but TNC this game did not prioritize it. They prioritized putting the mid ward, and they prioritized putting the ward kind of watching where the Crystal Maiden's movements would be through the jungle.
See any bounty runes being stolen? Each and side grabs the couple.
The double, look at the 3-man block in mid lane right now by Secret. They really want to make sure that mid one gets the perfect block for that mid lane.
I mean, it's certainly going to be the better block, so he should have that high ground control as the waves meet.
So Sam H right away top lane. I think he's recognizing he's going to be versus a solo lane, and he's going to pull the creep wave. That could be really nice if he's able to meet it with his creep wave in the middle of those 2 towers. So they're just okay. So they're actually just going to leave KheZu to start bottom alone. Puppey's just going to straight up start jungle, and they're going to do the dual lane mid just to make sure that mid one can actually get some farm. YapzOr eating some heavy harassment though with the torrent.
Yeah. Tim's on point there with that, holding back the Elder Titan.
Demised.
Both teams requiring this secondary support in that mid lane.
MH was able to meet the creep wave in between his 2 towers, so he's able to deny majority of that wave, but MP also did the same thing with his wave, so top lane should be pretty much farm versus farm until Lone Druid gets level 5, where he can start putting a bit more pressure. KheZu though during this, he knows he's versus a dual lane because the Kunkka's forced middle to try to help the Tinker a bit. So KheZu should get a good chunk of experience and blast hits down here. It's gonna be very nice for him.
Again, they'll land the torrent. Gonna make another bit of an attempt onto mid one here.
Oh, they've got laser rocket.
Bring him down, and that's gonna be your first blood. This mid lane looking pretty scary indeed. I mean, you said
we were saying, man,
it's never gonna be nice for the Invoker, and
it's the Tinker versus Invoker kind of matchup. You're significantly kind of squishier than the Tinker as an Invoker, just because of the burst that Tinker has and the skill build that you can go, which we'll probably see him get like 2 laser, 2 rocket, and then he'll hold skill points or something along those lines.
Everyone certainly has to be careful with that. Tim's Kunkka hanging around. Tim's now making the move back over, and we'll get eyes on KheZu in the jungle. Starts to play around with him a little bit. Does have 40-37 herding across as well. Lands the curse out, forces the Firefly out, and KheZu has to back off. So just creating mass amounts of space for this safe lane PL.
Puppey in the meanwhile just still continuing to jungle. Finds himself an Arcane Rune on Crystal Maiden, probably the best rune to jungle, of course. So it's only like 80 more for your Frostbite rather than that 150 or 140 that it is. Bear top almost actually gets brought down by Sam H, getting very aggressive.
Sam H diving right in deep for it. CS on this top lane, 10 for 5 at the moment on MP. A slight lead, but saying it. A lot's being found by this offlane Legion.
Yeah.
They're keeping up on farm. Sam H he's loving life up there. He doesn't mind it at all.
He should be able to, yeah, he should be able to farm well. It's until that level 5 comes out where it's actually threatened. He still has to be like a little bit concerned of just standing there because you just eat the double right clicks from pretty much 2 heroes. That's what Lone Druid is. Midwin though still, he's doing fine, you know, with the CS at least. He's 12 and 6 to the 12 and 6 Tinker, so that help he's gotten from it, the Elder Titan and being able to use that Fort Spirit is doing well for him. But now the Torrent comes out, they've got level 2.
Again, another connection. It will be the YapzOr play with the Stomp, trying to hold them back. X-Mark onto Midwin, dragging him in. Quite going to have that extra round of burst yet up on Kuku's Tinker.
Forcing an early Ice Wall. It's a big heavy committal that Midwin had to do. Almost getting torrented again. He has to be very careful of getting hit by those. Definitely almost in the burst region with the laser rocket.
Very scary mid lane indeed. Kuku.
Kuku's eating a lot of damage.
Very aggressively there, as you say, just knowing that Midwin was close to that threshold, that the nuke damage would be enough. Quite going to be cancelled. Yeah. Sure to get the full duration out of it. Himself in pretty good position, but as you say, Midwin is keeping up. He's keeping on rate with the farm despite this pressure. YapzOr's presence certainly working out in terms of just evening the flow of this mid lane.
Yeah, having that the high ground vision ward as well as the ward inside of the enemy jungle, being able to watch the Kunkka's movements is really helping Midwin control the lane and know when he can walk up and play a little bit more aggressive.
See when Puppey starts to make some movement towards the lane. He's level 3 now on the CM. A couple of points, of course, in the aura to help out the team. YapzOr trying for the sleep, won't quite find it. Now going to bite into Kuku there with a cold snap, but there's the X-Mark into Torrent turnaround. YapzOr in trouble. Rocket and Laser are going to be up in a second.
He doesn't have mana for both, though.
Oh, I can't quite get in range either way. But that Laser, lucky for YapzOr that he keeps just the distance to get back to safety.
KheZu's feel great in this game, though. Level 4, Tranquil Boots finished, getting as much as he absolutely wants in the bottom lane, also contesting the hard camp. It's actually going to be able to get most of it here. Oh, actually, TNC gets both of the big creeps there with the Silencer and the PL.
I mean, all in this opening 5 minutes, no one is really being kept that far behind.
No.
Offlane is pretty much on the same level in terms of farm and XP. Mid lane, other than that first blood, it's starting to just even out between the two.
Kuku's a little bit behind on the XP, just very slightly though, because of the Kunkka staying there with him a bit longer. Looks like TNC wants to go for their first smoke rotation with the Silencer and Kunkka. They've got it ready. It is still nighttime, and here we go.
Let's see what they can get with it. Level 3 on 1437.
Should be a pretty easy kill on Midwin if they're able to get the X, and it looks like Tim's is going for the full wraparound just to make sure, since it is that level 1 X.
They do have, obviously, YapzOr with the availability to try and hold back any sort of play with the Spirit and the Stomp. But, of course, if he gets caught out as well, if he's the one to get gone on, things could certainly get a bit trickier. We'll see if they can close the distance. Midwin moving forward. Brought down a little bit by the laser. YapzOr still in good position to react. This Torrent is going to miss here. They try and go in with that one.
KheZu's in the area too.
Look at that as well. YapzOr hits the 3-man sleep, holding back TNC, and indeed with a rotation from KheZu, they get one. May even get more out of it as well, as the 3 stacks of Napalm built up on 1437. KheZu hanging deep, looking for that silencer kill. He should get it. He does. He may pay with his life as the tower comes flying through with the hits, and Kuku as well. No, he can't quite reach him. KheZu gets out, and indeed YapzOr with these stomps, making sure that Secret have the chance to turn. Oh, KheZu, don't come back in here, son. All day.
Oh, he's gonna die.
Yeah, he is definitely dead.
Oh, that's so much actually going for the Kunkka there.
He looked like he could have gone out if he just got the bounce rune and ran past the shrine. Maybe he was worried about someone keeping to the shrine.
I think
he was kind of stuck in a bit of a hard place there.
That's massive for Tim's getting there though. Yeah. Level 4 now for him. But the 3-man stomp from YapzOr, but also not even the 3-man stomp, it's the place that KheZu was, like that presence of mind about being in that mid lane to be able to get those 2 kills.
Yeah. All in all though, obviously because of KheZu's rotation towards the mid, Raven did find a free tier 1 down on the bottom lane. To taken here for TNC. Still very close in the early days of this game. For 2, 1437 has got an invis rune. Sentry's down in the middle though for Secret. Hard for the Silence to do too much in terms of surprise there. Top lane, MP trying to get some pressure done onto this tier 1 now. Bottom lane, Raven, he's feeling pretty free here. Even with KheZu coming in, there's not really too much he can do in terms of killing the PL on his own. Can certainly cause an issue and try and slow down the farm. They are bringing YapzOr over as well. He gets a good sleep. They're there is the chance for the KheZu to close the gap and get on top of these two.
They do see him though, you know. They have that op ward, so they see Puppey and YapzOr walking in. Puppey's he's still been jungling, huh?
We've
I
not
don't think
seen
he's
him in a
moved
lane.
from it yet.
He's not been to a lane yet.
It's about to be level 5, so he's gonna have, maybe if he wants the 2-1-2 build or even level 3 aura, so goes for the level 3 aura, and maybe he'll just continue jungling. Get the aura online for his team, so they can farm better, and yeah, maybe he doesn't really have like great lanes to gank. Maybe he can set up for mid with the Invoker, but bottom isn't really a great gank, top either. But soon we'll see him definitely making motions with Elder Titan since he does have that.
Absolutely, and then you should say with the levels that he's got, he's going to make a good impact when he does turn up to one. Top lane, Tim's, he's got his eyes out. Wants to set up for a dual potential with Sam H, but MP is playing it super safe. I believe, yeah, they've got that direct server ward down, so yeah, MP knows exactly what's up.
And now they're starting to make, this is where they're like, okay, well, there's a Kunkka top, we can eat, this is the easy rotation for Secret to make CM and Elder Titan making their way up. They should be able to grab at least one of these heroes if they're able to close the distance.
TNC are being smart with the movement, they're already starting to back up. By the looks of it, means the Secret can't quite get the catch. There's going to be some space for Kuku in this mid lane, with mid obviously heading away from the lane, knowing that he himself isn't going to have the support backup that he needs, with the rest of his team looking towards trying to find some action up top.
Yeah.
So this is a free lane for Kuku as he obviously races towards those boots of travel. 1300 was the recipe at the moment.
Interesting, the patience from Secret there. They were like not really trying to make the aggressive plays because they don't really have the damage of those type of like offensive heroes. Like Lone Druid, CM, Elder Titan right now, they don't really, you know, they're not really killing at this point. So they're just trying to secure the Lone Druid's farm. So instead of going for the aggressive, they just watch him and secure him.
Back to you know, mid one, straight back in as soon as YapzOr's back in the neighborhood. Knows that he can feel a little safe. Now bottom lane, KheZu trying to make the move onto Raven. Spirit Lance slow, of course, meaning that KheZu can't really go for anything more than just forcing the PL back, but it does get him out of the lane, gives KheZu some space to now start working towards the Blink Dagger.
So it will be the double Midas coming out for Secret as expected. The Lone Druid and the Invoker getting it pretty soon. I mean, Lone Druid's got his already. Invoker about 500 gold away. Should be closing in on that one very shortly. While KheZu is, did he actually finish the drums first, or did he? Okay. He has
like
two pieces,
no. Yeah,
and he's gonna just go back.
Yeah.
To the Blink.
I mean, he could still change his mind, of course.
Yeah, of course.
I guess this is the point where maybe it's, you just feel like if you can get that gold for the Blink, it's worth picking up. Because it could make all the difference at this stage. Mid lane, trying to move in onto 1437 with the cold snap. They'll land the sleep. Meteor flying through as well. Be quite enough to tick down the silencer. 1437 will survive behind the Satyrs tier 1. Top lane, Tim's trying to make a bit of a go, but MP's up hot. It's the first hit route. Sam H is there with the heal, saves, gets Tim's out of range of the Sunstrike. Puppey getting nuked down. Trying to see if he can get the catch onto Sam H. YapzOr's there as well. Will get the slow. There's the torrent, holds back two of them, but the sleep's there from YapzOr, holding back Sam H and sets up the kill for Secret.
Nice. Able to get themselves that nice kill. And MP picks it up, which is great for him to accelerate rather than the supports. We say Raven. Raven is just going for the straight defusal rush as we always see on the PLs. No Soul Ring though. We do tend to see the Soul Ring pick up first just so we can always have that mana to be able to spam constantly.
Yeah, we saw that with last series from Nota with great effect. This is KheZu beautiful.
Oh, it's a triple stack. This is the dream right here.
He
might even get TNC too.
I'll take it. There we go. Lasso, Sunstrike. They get the kill. Is that stack going to tick out to the Firefly? He's obviously have to leave it, KheZu. Did he get much from the stack?
He got one.
He got a fair
two. Oh, he only got one of the big cubes, but
he still got a fair bit. I mean,
took most of it.
Yeah.
And he gets a kill.
Yep, he's happy.
Absolute dream. Oh no, they just shrine away from mid one. Mid one needed that shrine. You guys.
Tinker's going to head over. Dude, where's my creeps? Gone.
Yeah, he pinged it.
Yep.
Thieben pinged and he's like, they took our stack.
Feels bad and a half.
KheZu also spots that they have an ancient stack.
Off the back of that, KheZu well on his way.
Yeah.
1500.
I love that he's playing aggressive though. You know how like you see like
moving around.
His positioning all over on the map from KheZu. It's because he's playing with the double and Midas lineup. He wants to be that guy who's like forcing action because otherwise it's going to be TNC able to make plays all over the place. So right away they're smoked up. They're looking for that Tinker farming the woods, but now they know he's bottom. So they're looking for a wraparound on that mid lane.
They can get it here. Sam HM 1437.
No lasso for 30,
targets.
but Elder Titan coming as well to help.
All heroes are secret, really set on trying to make something happen here. Tinker, TP's back into the lane. KheZu getting caught out by the slow. Look at YapzOr setting up with the sleep. Bam! He's got 3. Have they got the follow-up? Sunstrike's not going to be on point. Tim's turns up. They're not going to dive in any pursuit.
Nice.
Back away.
Nice patience by Secret there, though. Like, being able to disengage like that, not overcommitting by any way. Just understanding that there's too many heroes there for really them to overcommit without their big ultimate on the Elder Titan.
Some big items done for the TNC now. Diffusal Blade finished on Raven. Damage has the Blink Dagger. From lane, KheZu, will they spot him out in time? Not quite. Not quite enough time to get that stomp down.
If only Flame Break, still stunned. During this, it's just, yep, it's KheZu just trying to stall the game, stall those tier 1 tower pushes as long as possible for Raven to get online with that PL. And he's starting to get online. Diffusal finished on the way toward that treads if he chooses to do so. And they're smoked up top. They're ready to take an engagement around this PL, probably expecting Secret to react.
Looking for the
that
PL,
push.
If it's going to be successful. 1437, very close to that level 6.
Wow, he's still not 6, huh?
Yeah. It's quite a slow one. And it does need it. I mean, it makes all the difference, of course, having that global.
Secret's bringing heavy reinforcements toward that top lane.
It's going to be hard to get a catch, though. I mean, Samh is the closest, and he does have the blink.
Once they have the blink bad, then they can actually go for it, but
yeah,
he's one creep away.
He might get baited into going in onto KheZu. They're hovering around in the tree line here.
Oh, if KheZu dies here, he's going to be the saddest person ever.
Oh, how close is he? Oh, he's so close.
He's 50 gold away.
He is so close.
I think he spotted them with that sticky. Yeah, he saw them with that sticky napalm. And they also have an YapzOr too that I think caught a glimpse of it. So TNC uses a scan, and it does catch the heroes on the right side, so they're aware that Batrider was kind of a bait. Mid one halfway towards that Aghanims, and we have the Radiance still a bit of ways away. About 3,000 more gold that gets that one online. But a fairly even game. Pretty much.
Really, I mean, quite a slow-paced game as well. With 15 minutes in, it's only 2-4. Teams getting objectives, but both being very good at avoiding unnecessary fights.
Yeah, that's the thing, is that they're both being very patient about not taking dumb fights, and also just, they had like that kind of mirror thing happening where they had the 2v2 in the mid lane, and neither of them wanted to get over-aggressive. Lasso.
He's got the blink out. There we go. Jumps forward. Silence comes through, and that is going to be enough to buy some time for Samh. They look to move in. Oh, the Flame Break actually knocks Samh out of the Sunstrike. Not the play the Secret wanted to happen there. They may still get the kill. They've got the sleep onto Samh. Out in return, though, the boat flies through. It's going to be TNC taking down MP, and maybe even more Raven moving forward, forcing Secret back there. And the Flame Break knocking him out of the Sunstrike. A little unfortunate there. Hard to say if it. I mean, I think it probably would have got the kill if it connected.
It would have been, if it was able to connect, it would have been close, yeah. But I mean, perfect timing for 1437 to get the global online. As soon as the lasso comes out, the counter initiation's there, and with KheZu able to always force Boo to travel up and join those type of fights, in the midst with the Rum, they just didn't have enough damage to bring anyone down. And MP does pay, but now global is down.
Sam
as well.
He just jumps in. He's found himself a dual target straight in onto YapzOr, so they'll finish him off in time.
In the tower. That was very well played by Sam.
Actually, I'd say they finish him off in time. They don't. They were a little slow. Doesn't get the damage.
Oh, I didn't get the damage.
He didn't get the damage. So close.
They got though, right?
Yeah, they got them.
Yeah, I think he's got 2 more now, so.
+2. So yeah, 4-4. TNC starting to take the towers. Definitely going to be a worry, the fact that this Tinker's, you know, KheZu's hitting his stride, isn't he? He's getting the item targets that he needs.
He definitely is. They have scary late.
He's pretty much got the blink. Blink dagger's like done. There we have it. Blink, bots, 16 minutes. You're fine. This is perfect for a Tinker.
Mid one's on his way toward that Axe too, so you know he's.
Yeah, both mid laners. Both mid laners certainly hitting the timings that they'd expect. But the question is, you know, KheZu being where it, how good is Secret actually catching out this Tinker? That's the question.
Yeah, I mean the problem is that they need to catch a Tinker so that they can get these tier 1s. These tier 1s are causing them problems because if you look where TNC's playing on the map. They're playing up on Secret's side of the map. They're playing inside the enemy jungle, while Secret is very limited to theirs. So you just look at the map control, you draw the line, and it's like Secret kind of has this. And you just naturally looking at that, they have way less to farm in comparison to TNC's massive amount all the way over here on the left side.
Bottom lane, they're hunting for him. They're hunting for KheZu. Oh, he's got the blink out to the side. They know where he is. They'll find him. They'll get him with the last Sunstrike as well. They do indeed catch him. Does take a lot. Pretty much takes the, well, 4 players plus a Sunstrike.
I don't even know if they're going to be able to force the tower, though, either. Kunkka's TP's down to react for it. We see Puppey's pinging it out. Like he's saying like we should force this tower. We need to get an objective once.
I mean, they could maybe just kill Tims. Okay, no more TPs are coming through. You're right. There's the setup, bringing back the lone druid, bursting him down. Low Savage is there. Savage roars in time to make sure the duel's not going to be successful. And peek over the TP out. Does he make? Oh no! The X marks there just in time. Great play from Tims. Brings back XP on the lone druid. They will take him down. They'll hold on to the tower, find the big kill. This time. Sam H. No, he doesn't. He still doesn't get the damage. Poor old Sam H. Poor old Sam H. He doesn't. He never gets the damage. Oh.
Yeah.
But he's still happy. He's taking these kills.
Secret really wanted to get that tower. They were desperate, but TNC understands like what they want to be doing in this game. Keep those tier 1s as long as possible alive so that you have more places to farm on the map. And you see, right away, you see 1437 drawing the lines on the map. He's like, we need to push out top, we need to push out mid. Be sure to keep doing that. We have majority of heroes bottom. Cuckoo, that's you.
Interesting build as well from Raven. Diffusal straight into heart.
Yeah, it must be feeling like they're lacking damage on the side of Secret. It's pretty much just the Invoker at this point in the game.
Just knowing that you can outlive any team fight with that heart. Well, they've managed to finally catch. The wards are out. They have the vision. They see that little CM hiding behind the trees. Take him down. TNC starting to get a bit of momentum now. They're pushing down these lanes. Raven at the top of the net worth at the moment. 3.7k in that bank, so he can certainly start picking up the big old pieces of the heart to ask.
Radiance, well, Relic should be coming out within the next 200 gold, but it's almost 20 minutes in. He still doesn't have it as the safe and lone druid. That's very painful for Secret, having him be so set behind.
Smoke up. TNC wanting to keep the pressure high. Tims, Raven and Sandwich ready to go. 1437's got the global if it's required.
They see that, they like know that Secret's not really making any big aggressive plays, so they know they're in the enemy jungle.
Yeah, they've scanned out MP as well. They know someone's here. It's a big catch. How close is he to the wreck? He's got to be close on that bear. He's going to be caught out. There's the combo with the global silence. They'll get the kill. That is going to be the lone druid down. And indeed, he was so... He must have had the,
38,
he had the gold.
He had like 3860 something, so he had the gold for the relic, but the dies again as soon as he gets enough.
And of course, as per tradition, Sam H still does not get the bonus damage. Even though he's hit some amazing duels that are setting up for this, he just never gets the payoff.
Yeah. Secret's having trouble just like forcing these lanes out so that they can actually like make aggressive plays and have a face on the map. If they don't have faces on the map, then that's a big telltale sign for TNC to be like, they're farming jungle, we can just kind of pick it. If we see 1 or 2 bottom, we know there's going to be an easy opportunity for us to go for that. Yeah. Now they place deep wards too, so they'll always know whenever MP does go there. Puppey X'd up.
Oh, he's caught out. X mark into the torrent. Looks like they're not going to follow in on it. A little low on TNC, so they won't. Don't want to get too crazy and dive this tier 2. They will head back. MP back in the game. Does he manage to pick up that relic? Okay, very close.
Got it now.
He should get it now. Yeah. He's got the money.
It's gonna be very late though. It's already 21. Yes, he still does not have it as a safe lane lone druid. It doesn't help that the 3 deaths really hurt him, but it's also not having these towers. He doesn't have places to farm.
So Cuckoo with the Ether Lens now done on the Tinker. Really adding to the potential of his damage output and capabilities at this stage of the game. Still relatively early on in there, like a Tinker's game's lifeline. 21 minutes in. Looking pretty stacked.
Yeah, he's feeling great. And Raven actually, so he did full commit. I thought maybe he might change, but no, full committed. He's got the heart if he wants to buy it. The courier's going up there too, and
on Raven, do your shopping, there we have it.
So he did, okay, full heart. He is pretty damn tanky.
Yeah, do the numbers. Is there actually the damage on the board from Secret to kill it?
It's going to be, for certain, quite tough. Maybe building the heart also to kind of deal with the, in a different kind of fashion, to deal with the Elder Titan aura, right? The natural order. Of course, the armor reduction is only from your hero, but the magic armor is around the spirit, so having that extra just surge of base HP versus the minus magic resistance and invoker spells could just be enough to save him. So definitely a good choice. I mean, he's 22 minutes. He's almost 3,000 life.
Jumping on the ball. I'll tell you what.
That was instant.
I thought he could have got that lasso off. I really.
Did you?
It looked like he could have.
Okay. I was looking at mid for the smoke from TNC, so I didn't see it.
It felt like he had time there. Maybe not. Maybe the cast was too long. But yeah, that 40-37 silence out in response. And now straight away, moving in, looking for MP. Tornado will fly through. The boat lies down. MP will survive, though. And this is Secret now, looking for the turnaround. They turn towards the Legion commander, who's trying to get himself away. Sam H, can he escape? He cannot. Will be taken down. Secret find the kill. Raven trying to stick around from this fight. The rocket's getting spammed out, forcing Secret back. But Secret will survive. They get themselves out of this one. They do get the kill.
MP was very close to dying there. But the lack of global, because they had to use it bottom to save 1437's life, definitely put its part there. And also they didn't have any creeps for Cuckoo to TP into to have that extra burst damage. And now bottom, they do find 1437.
They drag him in. Mid one goes for the tornado, TP out. Looking for the swag play. Raven will punish the Bat Rider, taking down KheZu. This is Secret starting to get stuck into this game and getting some action in return. Jump forward from Cuckoo, trying to burst down YapzOr. Puppey's there to look to hold him back. Indeed, Cuckoo will just jump to the sideline. TP out, Sunstrike not going to be on point. Will escape, get himself back to base. Yeah, so 8-7. TNC still with a slight lead, but Secret starting to show signs of being able to stop down this momentum that TNC have. Radiance is now complete, the Lone Druid. And maybe even thinking, maybe that jump down the bottom as well was KheZu. Maybe he didn't want to lasso. Maybe it was literally jumping in and he was like, go on, global silence, use it, use it.
Debating it.
And maybe it was just the bait for the ult. Could very well have been that way.
I thought they would at least like commit to kind of trying to kill him, right? That was the thing. Like I saw them jump on him, but they didn't even like go chasing over it, like trying to actually go for the kill. And 1437 actually farmed himself a Midas somehow during all this.
Okay. What was he doing like on levels now? Yeah, he got a lot of space in that lane down.
Also, he's about to be level 12 when he uses that. Yeah, level 12 now. 2 global. Will be very useful, and the fact that he can actually scale.
Yep.
Will be quite nice.
Only 6 stolen intelligence so far. I mean,
yeah, only
to
6.
be expected in a game where there's not been that many kills, but it's not the smartest of silencers at the moment. To go. Oh, yeah, they've got to be aware of MP's farm starting to scale up nicely with that Radiance hands, or at least in the Bear's hands. Cuckoo, very well. He's working his way towards the Axe. He's more than halfway. Axe Ether Lens. That is going to be the point where these team fights are going to be very scary for Secret if they can't control this Tinker.
The Ags makes it very, very, very scary. So much team fight potential that comes out from that. It's kind of the same concept as like Tinker team fight in comparison to Invoker team fight. It's like when Invoker gets Ags, his team fight's online. When Tinker gets the Ags, his team fight's kind of online.
Waiting in the tree line up top to see if he could get a grab. See at the moment, not interested in hanging around up there. There's around as well. Find something. See, Cuckoo just playing it safe. TP's up at the top lane, comes in from the tier 2, blinks up, lays down some of the march, making sure that he doesn't get caught out by any sort of play as such that the Secret are trying to execute up there.
Secret have gained themselves a little bit of leeway to be able to push out a tiny bit, but still, same kind of thing is that they've lost all of their tier 2s. They've lost every single tower and have not been able to press forward and get onto TNC's side of the map still in this game. They're starting to have to place those Tinker wards to make sure that they can watch whenever Cuckoo is going for that split push. But TNC seems pretty content with farming and kind of chilling out for now until they get their next items online for the Tinker and for the PO.
They're very close now. What are we seeing next on Raven? Okay, just
in the Manta, yeah.
Okay. More orthodox items on the Phantom Lancer, level 16 as well at the moment. And mid one just kind of hanging around on that top lane, waiting for a bit of action for a bit of time. Can't quite find it. We're looking to get the BKB next as well to make sure that the global's going to be a little less of an issue, and you can get something done in this fight without having too much of a threat of being controlled up by Tim's.
Yeah, he needs it because he's their. I mean, he's Secret's big team fight presence. Yeah. So once he gets that BKB online, he can not worry about the global, not worry about the Kunkka spells as much, nor the Tinker, and just he can like run in and be like kind of that frontliner with the bear. So we've got what AC probably being queued up next for MP. He actually hasn't queued anything, but he has casual plate mail, so that's probably it. And okay, Secret does claim themselves their first tower of the game.
TNC though, they're into Roche off the back of this. You can take a tier 1 tower. We'll look for Roche. Now, can Secret get over in time? You can see the warding for TNC is super heavy right got full vision of this area.
Very committed for the rush. Secret looks like they know something's up.
They're heading over with the smoke. Looks like, yeah, they're going to be able to have the time to contest this. Where's the jump in? YapzOr looking to lead in with the Spirit. KheZu up to the high ground to focus the bear first. We'll bring it back into the torrent, bringing it down low. Sleep comes out from YapzOr. Isn't going to catch too much out of it. In fact, the bear could be in a lot of trouble here. He's getting beat down upon by these illusions. Sent up to the high ground. Axe has just been finished on KheZu, and it could have been more of a perfect time for this Roshan.
And they have a ward on the high ground there too, so if he's set up, he can just literally spam the rockets. Yeah, he can actually force all of Secret back once he gets in position there with that ward. I mean, TNC has absolute pure vision of this team fight, while Secret has little to none.
The thing is, obviously, TNC can't really take down Roshan that quickly.
No, so they do not have great Rosh hitters. The PL and the Legion are decent at best.
They've only just taken down to half.
It's always the threat of the Batrider Elder Titan versus in the pit too. Just if you stack up, you can hit too many of the spells. It's devastating. They start making their way back in once Secret backs up. Secret does have another smoke, which it looks like I think they're trying to use. They're setting up for it at least.
Very hard really to catch out this PL with that stomp. Raven gonna have a doppelganger at the ready every time. He's back in, now manning up knowing that the stomp's unavailable for a little bit. Secret kind of moving away from it. Not that close. I think they're aware that that war vision is as great as it is by TNC, and they know that if they hang too near, they're not going to get a chance to jump in. Mid one, revealed down bottom, was looking to push that lane out. Tims comes forward. At the Glimmer Cave, in fact, he's going to get the catch as well onto Puppey. Triggers him back with the X-Mark Torrent. Puppey will Glimmer Cave himself up. YapzOr looking for the sleep to try and hold him back.
They got silencer.
No, but he gets purged off straight away from Sam H, allowing 1437 to get out the global. Raven now looking for the chase down, focusing MP. Savage Roar will be there from the bear to send TNC back. That is the global down.
That's global down and lasso down. They still have ET splitter, and so Secret actually should be in a bit of a better position to fight here.
There is still that Tinker threat, and already Cuckoo's starting to lay down the march of the machines. Jumping forward as well, spamming out those rockets.
So they do have the gem now on Batrider to make sure that they don't have to fight around that vision in the Roche pit.
What about this vision game? Still TNC not quite confident enough to get in and finish it off.
Mid one is set up down bottom. He sees Cuckoo for a second.
Can he catch it? That's the big catch. Ooh.
Oh, the tornado just misses.
Oh, so close. That would have been the
strike. He holds that.
Oh, he's done it. He's done it there with that. Can finish off the kill.
He's got the deafening blast as well.
He should get this, surely.
The Spirit?
The Spirit's there as well.
The stomp?
They've got him. That's the catch they were looking for. Getting that Tinker off the map, straight over to the shrine now, as they'll head to contest TNC's attempt for Roshan. That's the perfect way to do it. Get that Tinker out of the game. Now you've got a much better chance of going for this Puppey. Indeed, lays down the ult. Sunstrike won't connect, but with the tornado from mid one, they're forcing TNC away from the pit. Raven's ready to come back in though. Still with the illusions, causing issues for Secret, forcing them back. And yeah, Cuckoo's buying back. Knows that he's required for this fight. They need to have him here to have the chance of holding Roche. The boat flies through, connects onto Invoker, allowing Sames to get in with the jewel. And there's Cuckoo in his presence.
The Roche, are they gonna get it?
Who's gonna get it?
KheZu
gets the snatch. TNC will get the kill though. Can they bring down KheZu twice? They'll bring him down once. That's the Aegis gone. Diffusal Blade charge thrown down onto YapzOr. They'll chase him down up to the high ground. KheZu back in, trying to get them off his friend, but it's not gonna work. Cuckoo's just doing too much as he gets the triple with the burst damage that he's flying out. KheZu gets out, but as we saw there, you know, it's all about the Tinker and where he is in this game. Secret knew it. They kick him out. They say we've got a chance. Cuckoo says, I know that I'm required. Buys back straight away. They lose the chance of grabbing the Aegis, but they get the Roshan kill. They send Team Secret back to the base. Definitely worth the buyback any day of the week.
And it's mid one that gets bursted down so heavily because he committed to BKB to get the kill bottom, so he didn't have BKB for the fight there. So he got X'd up and just completely comboed down from Kunkka and Tinker. So without the Invoker there in that match, it's like almost impossible for them to take the fight, even if they do take the Aegis, because every other spell isn't enough for them to take down this PL with the heart. He's just far too tanky. They should be able to get a Rex here, I believe.
They get the 10 at least.
But they're actually just gonna play it safe. Okay. Shrines are available. And yeah, Lone Druid was respawning anyway. I didn't think Lone Druid had a bear though, so I thought they were going to keep going. He actually does not have a bear for 40 seconds. So maybe they just didn't take the risk anyway. Tinker had bought back, so taking Shrines is a safer maneuver.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, TNC have got the lead in this game at the moment. no real need to play it too crazily, as obviously with the PL and the the Tinker looking to be in good position for themselves.
Yeah.
They're scaling nicely. KheZu, despite the buyback, off the back of that, a great fight, picking up the triple kill, still on it today. World Towards the Hex as his next pickup. The Raven actually going to be looking for the blink after the Manta Star. So again, I mean, with the blink and the heart, the PL can be just so hard to deal with in these fights. They're zipping in and out.
Getting all the way into the back line instantly, that's going to be super useful for him. And yeah, the later and later, it's like, it's Tricard versus Tricard, and you can never count Invoker out though. So it's,
and it's
TNC's lineup does,
Invoker.
Yeah, TNC's lineup, they scale super hard because sure, they have like the Tinker, PL, and Legion Commander who scale super hard like all throughout because they get, these heroes definitely get super strong at the later stages, but it's also Silencer. He also does get a decent amount stronger. So we do have quite a game for us once it gets to later stages of just huge battles that can end up happening.
Dire's top shrine is under attack.
See what the plan is here from TNC. It looks to indeed just to be continuing to take these shrines off the map. Very little can be done by Secret due to this. Interesting purchase from MP. Picks up the hood now at this stage. Imagine to pass off to his bear. Yep, the bear indeed has at the moment. So Radiance and then the casual plate mail into the hood. So doing everything he can to just try and keep this bear alive, I guess, amongst the spam of this Tinker.
So much magic damage coming out from them, yeah. So
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
So he's going to stint the offensive potential of the Lone Druid with this sort of a build. So we're 34 minutes in. It's not quite where MP would hope to be.
Definitely not.
In overall farm.
We have KheZu now finishes up the Bloodstone. Level 19, so also with that Bloodstone he's able to actually get the level 3 rearm too, which is pretty painful in teamfights, that 0.7 second rearm, just being able to spam those spells even faster. Also it's a level 20, so that 75 cast range, even though it's minimal, it's something.
I like that because he did have the Hex Cube, but Bloodstone, it's the more fun item because as you say, you just stick around with the fight for days. Once you get those stacks up, you rarely have to go back to base. Yeah,
when you go for the Hex, it's like a specific thing that you need a Hex for. It's like, oh, we're versus an anti-mid, you don't have enough lockdown. The Bloodstone is more for just straight team fighting when when there's no specific kind of situation that calls for.
Because overall they've got pretty good lockdown. They have the X-Mark Torrent, they've got a Global Silence, they have the catch from the Diffuser Blade PL, they've got the duel. So
they've got more than enough like team fighting control, and he can just.
They just need that Tinker in the fights as much as possible.
Yeah, have that mana to be able to spam everything that he can.
Go, Sam H. Ready to go. Ooh, quick with the blink out. Secret keep themselves safe. He won't quite get the catch. I mean, mid one, pretty much playing mission catch Tinker at the moment.
Yeah, even picks up a blink dagger.
Yeah, he is just all about trying to make sure that he can punish KheZu if he slips up. But we've only seen it happen the once so far, and mid one did need help to get the kill. He couldn't do it quite on his own. And yeah, TNC coming down, knowing that mid one's going to be looking for that sort of play.
They seem to just be having better reads of the map overall than Secret by a bit this game. It also helps when you take towers early on, so you're kind of like you have a good understanding of where that enemy team actually can play.
KheZu up on top. Time again, still feeling safe. No one up there to be able to catch him. One will of course look for the Octarine next item. Where to go on it though? So a lot of his time has been spent looking to hunt down the Tinker, and that's keeping him behind the farm of both KheZu and Raven, who still sits at the very top on this PL. Very, very stacked game at the moment.
Yeah, going for the butterfly next. It's going to be very hard to kill. Oh, they actually seem to find the Tinker.
There, it pays off eventually as long as they can finish off the kill. That's got the Radiance tick, and he's going to look for these charges. Will deny himself, but that's exactly what they feel they need to do. Just hunt down KheZu, catch him out. Same time mid lane, Raven and 1437. We'll find YapzOr alone.
I mean, don't sleep on 1437 Silencer. I've seen this guy get a rampage on a 5 Silencer before when he was like 6 slotted. Look at his net worth. He is now pulled ahead of the Legion Commander, full Hurricane Pike finished up. So he is transitioning very well.
Midas really coming into play now.
Radiant structures are fortified.
TNC want to try and push without that YapzOr Elder Type being in the game, ready to hold them back with the stomps. See how much they can get through this. 5 seconds and Tinker's going to be back as well to come and join the fray. Mid-1 can certainly do a good job at holding them off with the tornadoes and the ice walls and such. The bear's around as well. KheZu now jumps in, starts to lay down the rockets, beginning to force Secret back. See just this rocket spam causing a huge amount of issues. Obviously works really nicely as well with the PL.
Yeah.
Having the illusions out, having that vision for the rockets to connect.
The blanket of the march over the racks too allows them to build the siege decently. Two-man stomp.
Tornado follow-up. The MP will look for connection onto Silencer, but 37's quick out with the Hurricane Pike. The bear in trouble, gets slowed down by the Diffusal Blade. The Shrine trying to keep it alive. The Spirit Lance bringing it down low. Can they save the bear? Looks like they can. They will get the bear back out to safety. Illusions though causing issues for Puppey as he's again forced away from the racks. YapzOr again trying to hold back with the stomp. TNC will back away.
Too much stall. They had outside vision as well, so they were always able to see where TNC was positioned. Secret did, that is. They placed one right outside their base to know how TNC was pushing. But just look at the wards coming up from Secret. You can see like they're like, we have to play this super defensively in this game. They don't have the map control. Shadow Blade on KheZu. Kind of looking for something here. Does have the gem though.
Get out of it. Obviously finding the Tinker again. Even in the zone, he can certainly play around and cause some issues.
They see though. They just caught a glimpse of him with that ward that they have on the high ground. KheZu's gonna get a view of it though, but they're starting reporting. Is he gonna be able to get out?
Or can they catch him?
Should be able to get out.
They're bringing in Sam H. Sam H trying to close the gap, but yeah, KheZu's already too far away with the Firefly.
Gets rid of that quick ward.
This time and space is allowing MP to catch back up with the Radiance. Has the Maelstrom on the bear.
Yep, going with that Mjolnir.
Very close to having it done as well. As we see, very close to that level 18 as well. A lot out of it. Raven, money for the Eagle Song if he wants to start committing towards that butterfly. They're obviously in a game where KB is not going to be the item of choice on it.
No, I mean Bear eventually.
Yes.
But yeah, the Invoker is just spell
away.
damage. And we do have the Lotus Orb now finished up on YapzOr, who's been, you know, he's landed some nice like 3-man stunts, but overall I would say in comparison to his big shiny performances, he's been relatively quiet. This will help him at least be able to use, you know, use his spells in the team fights through the global. And it's also, I mean, Lotus Orb versus Tinker can also be super obnoxious. You're always able to like reflect his spells back at him, the laser in particular. If he's able to get, you know, it depends on what Tinker goes for next. Probably the Dagon 5, along that line. But reflecting any of those spells can be super obnoxious.
It's certainly been impressive how well KheZu's been able to keep himself out of harm's way. We've seen only really been picked out the twice, despite constantly, you know, mid-1 and KheZu, they're literally solely just hunting down this Tinker with their Shadow Blades and their Ghost Walls. But KheZu somehow still able to for the majority keep himself a step ahead of them.
Yeah, he's been doing pretty damn good about doing that. And, you know, it doesn't have like you said, he does have to deal with one or two things, but it's not like it's like some Storm Spirit who can zip from across the map. It's an Invoker who's kind of like, you know, hunting you, and the Bat Rider has to be hunting you as well. It's much harder for them to really find him. He's playing the Tree Line.
Overall, the game's certainly slowing down. I mean, we're 41 minutes in, but it's still only 13-8. It definitely feels to be like one of the slower games of the group stage so far.
Yeah.
Which I guess is kind of expected. You know, on one side you have this lone druid, MP just focusing on farming, pushing the lanes out with the Radiant Spear, and on the other side KheZu doing the same thing with the Tinker and the Marching Machines, shoving the lanes out. Neither team really too interested in taking on a full 5v5. I mean, it's a little interesting that TNC have started slowing down how much they're doing with like the whole Legion Silencer combo. We've not really seen them go for any sort of pick-offs.
No, not too much.
Anymore.
And nor the X Tinker plays, right?
I mean, we're 42 minutes in, and you know, Legion's only got 14 stolen damage. I mean, that's not to say Sam H is playing badly. As
yeah,
we have seen he's been hitting some great duels, but it has slowed down.
Yeah. No, okay, so we've got a DD top, and Roche is up. This could be where the next kind of engagement kind of happens. They throw the Sunstrike. YapzOr is getting in position to start throwing the crits into the pit. TNC still doesn't bring it down quickly, even with the DD rune. Their heroes are not really natural Roche hitters.
They're pretty safe Roche hitters, obviously, but with the heart, you know, Raven can duck and dive out of the pit, keep himself at max health.
They've got a war on the high ground. It's going to get killed right now by the bear, so TNC's vision does get limited a bit. Mid one trying to force bottom in the meantime while all this is happening. Get that tier 2. He's gonna get that at least. So good trade coming out for Secret. Not actually didn't even really trade because the Roche isn't dead yet. He's just making the space and utilizing it.
They're bringing Cuckoo. Smoke picked up, ready to go.
They're trying to do the wrap around. Okay. They want to wrap around and get on top of that hill that they know that Secret was playing on for so long, but Secret seems to know something's up. Yep. It looks like started pinging around their bear, around the Lone Druid bear, so it looks like they kind of knew that the smoke was in that area.
I mean, both teams very good at avoiding each other, it seems. We're actually going to see as well from MP. He's going to be going for the Ags build on the bear. Yep. Yeah, just step up that split potential.
Yeah, I mean, they have to deal with it, so they have to keep those lanes forced out to be able to take fights properly. So that's definitely one of the ways to do so. Invoker almost has, mid-one almost has the Octarine. So about 1,000 gold till he has that, and that's going to make the team fights infinitely better for Secret. We've seen what happens when that happens. You know, we've seen the Miracle Invokers, yep. We've seen the mid-one Invokers, we've seen what they can do once they that Octarine level 21 plus.
There is that Hex now on Cuckoo though.
So he did have it.
And mid-one, I mean, he's obviously got the BKB, but he doesn't have anything like a Lincoln Sphere. So Cuckoo's quick. Mid-one can certainly get caught out.
Yep. There's got to be some very good usages of the Lotus Orb. This is where, so since she went the Hex, that's actually the best item that Lotus Orb is versed, because removing it, but it's also reflecting it back at him can actually just turn the fight instantly. A bit surprised to see Puppey not really build anything to kind of deal with the global silence. He went for the Aether Lens, Drum, Ghost Scepter, even a Glimmer Cape on top, no Lotus Orb, not even like a BKB or anything like that, just these... It's just these other type of items.
And there we have it, as you say. Octarine now finished.
Yep.
So now it could certainly start to turn into a bit of the mid-one show. I mean, 40-37.
Oh, he
sort
looks
of
very
himself
dead.
Up here. He just comes up the mid lane, and there you ain't hurricane piking your way out of that one. Take him down.
Yeah, he was a bit out of position.
He kind of went down the lane whilst the rest of his team backed up. I think the team kind of looked at him and said, "What are you doing there?" We went home.
You know, sometimes that happens. You know, you're the 5 and you're like the shot caller for your team. You're just like, you know, you're telling people to do stuff, and then you're like, wait a minute, what am I doing? Yeah.
Seems to be the case. It's down for 40 seconds. Roshan is still up. Doesn't look like Secret are going to try and do anything though, in terms of taking Roast within that 40 seconds. I guess they themselves as well don't really have the quickest potential of bringing it down. They're pretty safe in terms of taking it because they have the bear, with the druid to tank it, but...
The alacrity makes it a bit faster, but yeah, it's not crazy fast for sure.
I mean, to be fair, I guess both teams probably could take it down at a similar pace, but neither pace would be that rapid at all.
Yeah, there's no... as far as I've seen, I'm checking again, and yeah, no Solar Crest, no Medallion on either side. Nothing like that. Bit surprising too, like for the bear. Throwing a Solar Crest on the bear could be super good versus PO and versus the Legion. They're looking for the bear kill.
Yeah, they are.
Not the real hero.
They drag it in. They are going all in on the bear. Jump for Sam H.
Sam H is like, I want to duel it.
Yeah, I'm going to actually get that bear done. At the same time, down bottom, a lot of split push pressure being put on.
The double catapults and the alacrity catapult. Look at it, just chunked that tower down.
Yeah, they get the tier 3 and they get themselves out. Puppey with the TP away, mid-one with the backup down the lane. He'll get himself away from it all. Cuckoo's being sent back to hold it off. The rest of TNC staying in the middle lane. We'll see if they can get any sort of trade. Obviously here, they've already taken down tier 3. They're looking for the rack. Moving in, again, sending illusions in onto the bear. They've got the torrent to hold it back. Draw. Trolling Raven, sending him away, and again, looks like TNC...
They get a radiant melee racks with those double catapults.
Mid-one's doing it. The pressure that this Invoker can put on, as you say with the Alacrity, he just clears the whole...
Alacrity catapult,
be allowed to happen.
Alacrity catapult, it's like 300 damage per hit on buildings.
TNC are going to be disappointed heavily as Secret just outplay them there with that maneuver. And TNC, they're into the pit, but we've seen them mess around with Roshan and not finish it time and time again, and I think this may be another time at that, as Secret are there to contest it.
They're smoked up.
Maybe just, the pace of this game, of one decision can really set the pace of this stage. And here we have the lead-in. Torrent comes out, isn't going to connect. Sunstrike will be juked as Raven doppelgangers himself outside of the pit.
The Roche is very low this time now. It's 1800 HP. This is an Aegis and Cheese as well. Mid one continuing the split push, kind of trying to force some reaction over there. The Raven goes back in the pit with the DD.
It's very close to going down. Flame break, looking to knock Raven outside of the pit. It's not going to happen. Global Silence comes out trying to secure it. They won't get the snatch. KheZu tried to jump in to take it, but TNC will get Roshan, and they will get the Aegis in the hands of the PL.
You know, it does suck for Secret that he does get that, but they got a melee Rax.
They got the full Rax. I mean, I think they're fine. They're happy with that. And we're seeing, as you say, mid can do so much with this split push pressure. KheZu really has to be on top of pushing these lanes out. He has to make sure that there's no chance for Secret to get in and do that again, take a second set of racks, because even despite how fun the PL is, it's not really the best kind of lineup to push these stronger creeps back out.
Yeah.
If Secret do get ahead like this.
Might be a long one, Owen.
Could certainly be. Both teams really settling in for the long haul.
Yep.
Lone Druid versus PL.
Aghanim's finished up on the Lone Druid now too, so he can actually push lanes out a lot better. Mid lane looks like he's trying to get aggressive up to Theban here, but who's getting aggressive on who? That bear looks like it's pretty damn dead.
Yeah, with the hexes coming out from KheZu, they will claim the bear kill.
300.
Down. Really want to try and get a set of racks to sort of equalize the situation. As TNC back again in that mid lane. CC just made it so hard for TNC to get anything done with that lead that they've had. It's now started to turn around. Only a 3k lead now at this stage for TNC, which coming up to the 50-minute mark really is nothing at all.
Yeah, and mid one is just continuing the split push. Now he's even taking out shrines with the Forge Spirit, so TNC's starting to feel like, okay, we have Aegis Cheese, we have to get something out of this Aegis Cheese because we lost that bottom Rax. So they're heavily committing now onto the high ground, going for this Rax.
Let's see if they can get a bit. Yeah, he's just continuing to split. He's working on that tier 2 on top. As you say, the shrine as well being taken down by him. And they just don't need mid one on defense. They're going to try and catch him. They're going to try and kill him. Can they find him here in the tree? And he pops the BKB, but there's the duel. They lock him down, catch him out, and they should indeed get the kill. And they do. That's mid one down for 80 seconds. Unfortunately, he now picks up the Lincoln Sphere. If only he had that then, he would have been fine. But he's got it ready for next time.
He was so close to getting the... He had, like,
yeah,
I think a little bit less than half a second on the Blink Dagger as well. But, yeah, perfect by Sam H. And Sam H does get his second duel victory of the game.
Hey, there we go. KheZu, he's ready to play with YapzOr. Jumps forward. There will be the reflect with the Lotus Sword sending it back. YapzOr trying to duke it out with the Glimmer Cape. Has the Stomp revved up as well, but the second Hex is quick in again. They do get the catch. YapzOr nowhere to run, nowhere to hide as he gets brought back by the X Mark. They'll take him down. This is a defense now where Secret is starting to heavily fall apart. Puppey gets forced back, but KheZu spam with the laser takes him down. Immediate buyback from Puppey and YapzOr. As they look to hold this, Raven back onto the high ground, hasn't quite got the creeps there to remove the backdoor protection.
No one
still 35 seconds indeed without mid one. See how well they can hold here. Raven brought down to half health just as to back up a heal up with the Heart of Tarrasque. He's back in. Full lineup of TNC forcing down this lane. It's such a slow siege on these racks as we've seen. These racks have been up for forever. Now jumping from KheZu, see if he can get lassoed. Doesn't quite get the target. Raven with the illusion spam, keeping Secret at bay. Sleep comes out onto they'll finally get the range racks. Oh, flying through there. Massive one from YapzOr. Clips onto 3, bringing TNC down incredibly low. The Torrent holds back the bear. The boat won't quite connect. The bear being brought down low, but Raven, they can't finish off the melee rack. Somehow, amongst it all, they just don't have the damage for the structures, TNC. They do great at killing heroes, but when it comes to taking down buildings and barracks, it's just not in their forte. The melee wrecks stand, and Secret hold them off, despite being a period where mid one was down for a minute and a half.
Yeah, the double buybacks just coming in clutch there by YapzOr and Puppey being able to hold that.
Oh, this is the big catch. KheZu, he's found KheZu, drags him back into the clutches of mid one. KheZu will try and walk it off, but he's not getting anywhere.
Oh, he gets the Bloodstone off though.
Get the deny though.
Oh, that was like, I think he was like 8 HP or 10 HP.
Is down for 50. He does have buyback, KheZu. We'll see if Secret can force it out. If they can force it out and take him down again, it could be the game. Still, you've just got to feel the frustration from TNC. Still unable to claim a melee Rax.
Here comes the Alacrity Bear.
It indeed is the push. Raven straight looking for the bear, caught out by the tornado. YapzOr looking for the stomp, follow up. It's going to be juked out by the doppelganger. Raven keeps himself fine, pushes the lane back out. The Secret do take the tier 2. Puppey with the frostbite. That's a style to get himself out of there, Raven. She's Shadow Blink picked up by MP.
The full split.
Radiant's bottom shrine is under
TNC have Cuckoo back in 5 seconds. Now level 20, 120 GPM. We have to step up on some of these items. Indeed, as you mentioned, maybe you expect to see a Lotus Orb again come out. They're going to be absolutely huge at this stage of the game. Lots of money on MP as well. He's got 5.4k gold in the bank.
Gets the BKB, so he can actually be able to siege. It's a DD Bear right now going toward the bottom lane. He's just trying to force the wave out as much as possible, while mid one pushes out top. With that BKB and Linken's mid one is very hard to actually catch out now.
You know, have they got any other ways of popping the Lincolns through the BKB? I don't think it's just a duel, isn't it?
Yeah, there's no other way to break it through.
If he gets that BKB
If the
out
BKB's
first,
off, yep.
yeah.
No way for them to get him.
Radiant's
Until the Abyssal Blade comes out for the PL, which is the next item of choice.
Okay. Oh, yeah, he's close to having money, and I guess probably wanting to save for the buyback at this state.
Yeah.
I mean, Raven, of course, this whole game still yet to die. He's 8-0.
Yeah, he's 8-0.
Yeah.
I tell you, these guys put up the numbers every time. Put them in your fantasy. They always end up having great kill-death assist ratios.
KheZu starting to sweep back down along this bottom lane. Has to be careful here. Cuckoo close to spotting him there with the Shiva's Guard. KheZu actually thinking about going in. He's got the Shadow Blade. Let's see if we can get some sort of a catch there.
They've got Gem on Tims. They actually spot him for a
KheZu's
moment.
already getting out of there. He realizes that he's in trouble. And he will force and blink himself back to safety. Himself out of the clutches of TNC.
Forcing reaction though. He knows now. They know that like 3 or 4 heroes are bottom, so you see mid one continue up on top. The Spirit keeps forcing in mid by YapzOr with the stomp. Everybody on Secret seems to get just a bit richer now as this goes on, but it's still been pretty much stuck. Still for TNC lead, but yeah, not a crazy margin. Just
I mean,
a 5,000 gold lead.
it's just the way in at this stage in the late game. Secret just seem to be playing that little bit smarter in making TNC react to them.
Yeah.
Secret haven't really had to do much recently in terms of reacting to that of TNC. It's constantly just TNC being forced back by the split push pressure. And you know, who would have thought it, but the mid one Invoker mid push is seeming to be much more threatening than that of the Cuckoo Tinker at this stage.
Yeah, he can, well, Invoker can at least threaten the building.
That's
things
true.
that Tinker can't threaten. When it's set up for top.
They need to try and catch this Invoker. But as we said, it's so hard to do so now.
They had to pass the gem off now to Sam H so he can go for those duels because he went top and there was just an instant ghost walk and he's okay, well. So good for them to give that to him, and hopefully they'll be able to look and clean up those wards that Secret did just place with that moment of time that they had to get out of their base. They have 3 very aggressive wards placed up.
I mean, even then as well, you know, Sam H, even if he doesn't pop the BKB, he's not actually got any item to pop the Lincolns.
Yeah, I mean,
he's not got a half bird or anything as such.
He has to pretty much like be silver edged on top of where the Invoker's going to be, and then the Tinker walks up, breaks it, and then they duel off, yeah.
Instantly. Such a hard catch there. Top.
Definitely.
In the neighborhood, mid one pushing out a bit. Got a bit of a venture. See if he can find someone. He'll get eyes onto Tim's. We'll see if he gets tempted. It doesn't look like he will. He's playing it safe. Mid one doesn't want to unnecessarily reveal his position. Maybe if he's got a +1, he can. He's gonna head up. Sam H moving around. Sam H, okay, bringing in the Tinker. He +2's upon it, but already mid one on the retreat. Quickly out of there.
Yeah.
And
So that's
make
their
sure
plan
he's
then.
safe.
With the bots 2, they're going to go for it.
Yeah.
Bots 2, Silver Edge, or Shadow Blade is with the duel.
Hard to do though, caught up with this gem on KheZu.
Yeah, for certain. And during all this, it's also MPs sending his bear down bottom and continuing this push. So every time TNC does look to get aggressive, their waves start to heavily push in. And every 5 minutes, it's those double catapult waves.
Well, down bottom, here we have.
They
Managed
hex,
to
they
proc the
break the
Lincolns.
Lincolns.
There's the jump forward. Mid one in trouble with the control from Tim's and the duel. They'll get the kill. That's going to be mid one down.
That's godlike, and they're going to clean up the bear too.
Big catch from TNC. Exactly what they've been trying to do for the last 10 minutes or so, it feels. Just finding mid one, taking him down.
They've got the game plan. Like,
Yeah.
that's their plan now. Just use the boots of travel on those Shadow Blades to get the pickoffs on the split pushers.
Down one of those big calls. Obviously forcing out the buyback would be the dream. Roshan is up, so TNC could just play it for that one. They're already sending the PL into the pit, so it looks like they are going to do it that way. And no Invoker, Yeah, Raven and 1437 should be able to take this 15.
Yeah, their damage on the Roche is getting better because 1437 is doing a chunk of damage now. It's doing like almost 250 pure damage per hit with those glaives.
So Secret aren't going to be able to stop this.
It's not actually with it.
There we go. Aegis and Cheese in the pockets. TNC, let's see if they can finally get that melee racks. Coming up to the 1 hour mark. It's game 1 between Secret and TNC. Still definitely capable of going both ways, and that's a catch. Jumps in, gets YapzOr. YapzOr, can he keep himself alive? Did get the Glimmer Cape off in time. Lotus Orb out upon himself, goes with the high ground, but the lasers and rockets fly through. KheZu takes the kill, and now ready to look for more. Scepter on Puppey, is he going to save in 2? As the defeat play comes through from Raven, they take down the CM, and that's going to be 3 dead on Secret. They do not have buyback.
4 seconds.
Will get beaten down by MP. There's the buyback from Yap. Comes back in, and yeah, you're back on. They can get Puppey back into the game if they feel the need to do so, and they will. They're buying back. They're looking to do their best to hold this. BKB is out on the side of TNC. 1437 is not enough to save him, though, as he gets taken down. They try and turn towards the racks, but Raven's getting beaten down upon space, trying to man up. He's got to be careful, Raven. Gets caught out by the YapzOr ult. As the split comes through, that's going to be the Aegis out and down. Can they kill him a second time? KheZu goes forward, but the frostbite's there, and the slap there from YapzOr's stapler punches through the head of the Tinker. He'll buy back KheZu, trying to get back in and stuck in with Raven as he goes in with his second life from the Aegis. MP being forced back to the base, very low on health and mana. Sam H coming back forward, does have a duel if he sees the opportunity, but getting brought down, has the doppelganger trying to get his way out of it, but he gets nuked down by Puppey.
Oh, KheZu's in trouble.
And now KheZu's got caught out. This is looking to be a dieback on the Tinker. No way to save him. KheZu's down for 100 seconds. Raven, he's brought back as well. He's looking towards MP, but MP with the hood keeps himself safe up the high ground. The illusion's still bringing him down. It's not quite enough damage. Raven caught out by the storm. Now we'll turn his attention towards YapzOr, but the AoE deafening blast from mid one forcing both Tims and Raven away. The tornado from the low ground. Mid one's found out Raven. This is a massive kill. If they can take Raven, this will be a dieback on KheZu and Raven. He's trying to get himself away. There's the doppelganger outside of the frostbite and the root, but it's not going to pay off. He's down.
There's no course
for mid one. This could be, I mean, it should be game with no Tinker for a minute, no Legion for 80 seconds, no PL for 2 minutes nearly.
Oh, what if they... Oh my god, they really wanted to force it so badly, but they didn't even kill the melee racks.
They didn't even kill the melee racks.
That was Aegis, that was Cheese, that was the double buyback. They super commit on it, and they still can't. Did Legion actually buy back too? Wait, Legion bought back too and came back into the fight. That was triple dieback.
And that's 1437 dead as well. Called out by the lasso. He has got his buyback available.
That's the game.
They are going straight for tier 4s. They're going straight for GG Secret, and they'll get it. GG is called as TNC tap out. And in a game where it just, you know, it's the 1 hour mark, Secret just kept their composure that little bit better. As T, despite having a strong early game and a relatively strong mid game, they just didn't know how to close it up. As Secret just played the smarter moves.
Yeah, they played really well around their shrines. That's the things that ended up saving like 2 of the in that last